A lot of good basketball Friday night in the NBA. Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks got some company in town via the Greek Freak, Giannis, and the Milwaukee Bucks in Texas for a thriller that goes down to the final possession. But first things first, let's talk about Luka Doncic's phenomenal first quarter to done, putting Dallas up by 3. A 16-point opening quarter for the Don. A little "don't mind if I do" jam from Josh Green. While I'm in the sky, I might as well throw it down. Mavericks in their bag in the second. Chris Middleton knocks down the deuce. Back and forth, back and forth. Bobby Portis is going to miss this 3, but check out the hustle from Pat Connaughton getting that rebound over 2 and knowing what to do with it, getting it back to Portis, who throws it down. It's like, I'm not going to miss that time. In the third quarter, it's that man again. Greek freaking his way down the lane. And then Giannis setting a little screen for Holiday. Rolls to the rim, and guess what? He's the beneficiary of some hustle. Off the turnover, it's Luka. Drew Holiday on a poster from the Don? Oh, that's how you feeling, huh? The Dallas Mavericks bench reacts to Luka. Normally is a layup guy, but it's like, nah, I'm going to throw it down on Holiday. He could pin you if you play with him. The Don throws it down over Holiday. And then how about Spencer Dinwiddie challenging the Greek Freak? The Mavericks, like, we going to go get us some at the rim. They're up 9 in the fourth. Giannis is like, okay, enough is enough. I'm the best player in the world for a reason. The Greek Freak taking over this basketball game. That deuce plus the foul gets us tied at 94. But Giannis's night would end short right here. The Greek Freak clear stays going to come right over Tim Hardaway Jr.'s foot. You got to let the shooter land. That is Giannis's 6th foul of the game. His Bucks team would have to get it done without him, and they got off to a bad start because Spencer Dinwiddie got another poster jam. And then Luka putting Brook Lopez in a blender. Lopez getting disrespected down the stretch, but he gets some get back with the Bucks down a point with 8 seconds to go. It's Lopez with the open score at the rim. Last chance for the Mavs down 1. Luka goes to that deep three-pointer. That is becoming his thing late in games, and oftentimes he misses. Mavs lose by a point to Giannis and the Bucks at home. Luka got to stop this mess, man. Everybody in they mama knew Luka was shooting that shot at the end. And I think it's so ridiculous. Luka, number one, you are not Larry Bird, all right? And that's no disrespect. Luka might end up having a better career than Larry Bird. But what I mean by that is, Luka, you are not the shooter of Larry Bird. Now, I actually think that Don's a decent three-point shooter, right? I'd even go as far as to say a good three-point shooter, but hear me out. We'll never see that because he's always got the ball in his hands. Off the dribble, Luka Doncic is not an efficient three-point shooter. I think if Luka got a lot of spot-up looks, he'd be a good three-point shooter. I know he can shoot the rock, but again, because he's shooting off the dribble, there's only but so many of those bad boys you're going to make it in a given game. And all these off-the-dribble threes, just because I'm my team's best player, to me makes absolutely no sense for that Dallas Mavericks team. They got guys that could put the ball in the basket. Like, sometimes Luka reminds me of Harden in Houston, and I used to cringe at Harden in Houston, and now I cringe sometimes when Luka goes into his do-it-by-himself bag with the Mavericks, as great as he is. I love Luka when he's attacking the rim and doing whatever, from 18 feet on in. I don't care how many shots he shoots from 18 feet and on in. I don't care at all. He can get whatever he wants to me whenever he wants to. I also like when Luka passes the rock to his teammates. And when you talk about guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Tim Hardaway Jr., they're both really good guys to go to in the clutch, by the way, for open jump shots, which one of them guys are going to get if Luka Doncic is attacking the rim. This was not a three-point game, right? All you needed was a point to tie 2 to win. So no excuses for the Don. They got to figure out some offense late in these games. It is killing them. They're not going to blow a lot of teams out. You find yourself in a dogfight with Giannis and the Bucks, a team that's favored by me to get out of the Eastern Conference this year. They're healthy. The Bucks are. The Mavs got a chance at home to get a big-time win. Who knows how it might play out at the end of the season? The Mavericks did make the Western Conference Finals last year. Who knows how big this win could be for them down the line in some form or fashion? You get a chance to win that game. You get another blessing. Giannis fouls out of the basketball game, and you end up with Luka taking one of those deep, ridiculous three-pointers that he maybe makes once a season. I just think Dallas could have got a better shot than that. A much better shot than that. Matter of fact, 3 better shots than that. I don't want to see that. I'm tired of looking at that. I wish we could talk about how so many teams in the league rely on their best player to just make a play. No matter how the team played throughout the game, no matter who's got the high hand going, when it's 8 seconds to go, no matter what, the best player gets the ball and nowadays takes a bad shot. See, my thing is I want the ball in the hands of my best player, but I want them getting to their spots. Mike got to his spots late in games. Kobe got to his spot late in games. That's the difference. I want the best player taking shots, but I don't want the best player taking a shot that they have not took the whole game. That's not what I want late in games, and that's what Luka did. And honest to God, truth, that's mostly why the Mavs lost. The difference in that game against the Bucks down a point, they went and got them a great shot with a beautiful inbound play. Give Coach Budenholzer all the credit in the world for drawing that bad boy for Brook Lopez up. And on the other end, Jason Kidd's Dallas Mavericks got an awful shot by their superstar.